We're going from worst to first. Take no prisoners. Z100.
And then the Lord said, "Let there be light." And lo, there was light. From the same people who brought you the much-beloved Talking Bible comes a new 10-volume set, brilliantly updated for the 80s. Yes, it's the Rapping Bible.
There was dark everywhere. Then the man said, light. And the light was there. He said, I've done good, there's no doubt. On the seventh day, he just chilled out. Genesis, beginning of that, beginning of this.
Finally, the good book is
Genesis.
bad, and his word is not there.
Check it out. There's a town called Sodom and Gomorrah. Everybody partied like no tomorrow. God looked down, said, not my fault. Don't look back or you'll turn to salt. Lot's wife took a peek, started to freak. The cow came up and licked her cheek. Take a lick, y'all, of a cheek, y'all.
Imagine all the songs, all the parables, every sacred biblical word interpreted by the finest sucker MCs of all time.
Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy.
The Rapping Bible, making his word fresh again.
5 years of memories and music. It's the Z Morning Zoo Anniversary Spectacular. 5 years in New York, and happy to be here. 9:48. In case you haven't heard, the Pirates beat the Mets last night, 7-2. And now Marty Wall is in.
Yes, with another 5th anniversary Underwear Patrol update. There is underwear everywhere. Sean is in mobile unit 14.
Is that proper English?
Yeah, it's everywhere. There's underwear flying all over New York. Sean is in mobile unit number 14, headed to Jones Beach Theater. Keith Stevens in mobile unit number 7 on the way to the Garden State Plaza intersection of Route 4 and 17. And Mr. Leonard, I guess, is trying to get to Yankee Stadium if the Pinto will make it. Everyone will be checking in with Underwear Mission Control. Put your underwear on your head and get ready to win. Yeah!
You can win $50 bills, $100 bills, and those 5th anniversary birthday shirts. Thank you, Marty Wall. Let's hear it for Marty. He's our underwear commando today here on Z100. Scott and Ross and Claire and John Bell. And just think about how much I miss Captain Kevin. When he said he was going to leave us, it was hard to believe. And he had a dream also. He wanted to be a newspaper sports reporter.
That's it. That's what he's doing.
And he's working at some rag in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
No, it's a good
Well, the
paper.
Pittsburgh Post-Gazette is not exactly what I consider a rag.
Oh,
It's not the New
excuse
York
me.
Times, but it's not a rag.
Oh, he's not working here, I know that.
It's not the New York Post.
I was just looking back. No, it's not. You're rolling now, Ross. I was just looking back at some of the birthday celebrations. Ever since we started the radio station, I think everyone in the building agrees on one thing. They all like to party.
Yeah.
And our very first birthday party was at the Underground.
Oh, yeah.
And it starred Cyndi Lauper and Dan Hartman. And that same week, we celebrated our first birthday at Action Park with Grace Garland. What the hell did she do? Just hang around, wave,
She kind of waved and
shake her hooters a little bit? I don't
little of
know.
that.
Grace,
little of
I
that.
think, sings, doesn't she? Doesn't she?
Oh, yeah, she does.
Remember the group Nucleus? They were with her.
Yeah.
And did Jam On It.
Oh, sure.
And the Mama Lou Parks McDonald breakdancers showed up at Action Park. Now, birthday number 2 was at Shout. I had one party at Shout with Tommy James and Lou Christie. And then at Action Park, we presented the Hooters. And that was a great concert.
Yeah.
For birthday number 3, we had a great big 50s party at Shout again. That was crazy. That was the night that they had to take Dean Thacker home in a stretcher. I think. Had to call the EMS guys.
And wasn't that the night that our assistant production person, JJ, spent the night on the Path
That's right.
platform?
That's right, one of the stations.
Remember that? He was on that Path bench. He fell asleep, and he had a tuxedo on.
That's right.
And he came in the next morning. He still had his tux on. And he tells us when he fell asleep, he realized he didn't have any money, so he took his pants pockets and put them outside of his pants so no one would bother him.
That's right.
And he slept on a Path train bench. He's down in New Orleans with Shadow. For birthday number 4, we had a party at the Saint. We had Charlie Bean, the famous disc jockey and record producer, playing the tunes. Sam Kennison electrified the crowd. Kenny Loggins was there playing live, and Debbie Gibson showed up.
That's right.
And, of course, Saturday night, still fresh in a lot of folks' minds, Gloria Estefan, Miami Sound Machine, Michael Bolton, Taylor Dane, and J.J. Fad.
You know what I remember, though, more than the birthday parties? I remember that first time we had the worst of first parties in 3 different places.
Oh, sure.
It was like January, I guess, the first part of January, the first year.
One of the categories we're featuring here on the Zoo birthday party is the Hall of Shame.
Oh, no.
And the Hall of Shame is some commercials we don't get a chance to play too often, some commercials and production pieces because of strenuous objections.
And possible legal difficulties.
Possible legal difficulties and possible financial hardships for the sales department. And I remember one of the Dean Thacker and I don't argue that much anymore. But one of the biggest marks on our relationship concerned a good sponsor of our station and friends of ours now is Coca-Cola.
That's right.
And it was back in May of 1985 when Coca-Cola announced to the public that their old standard Coke just wasn't very popular anymore.
That's right.
And they were going to take it off the lines and forever. They would never bring it back.
That's it. It's gonzo.
And they were going to have
The new Coke.
new classic Coke out. Sorry, the new Coke. The new Coke. And I think it was May 1985, around it was early in the month. And we did, and I was on the air, and just one day we started talking about it. And Belle, I think somebody disagreed with me, but I said it was a scam by the Coke company.
That's right. You said you thought it was a whole big hoax.
It was a hoax, and they promised they had their president or something on TV, and they swore that they would never bring back.
That's right. It's gone.
Coca-Cola. They had the new Coke, and I said no, it's all a scam to stir up publicity, and it would be back. So we did a whole song about it, and I think it aired on the station about one time.
One complete time.
And that's when Dean and I got in that big fight.
Yep.
About principles and entertainment. And who won? Dean won, all right? But anyway, if you want this one, you better tape it because you won't hear this too many times on our radio station. The famous Zoo Coke song.
Yeah, the whole country fell for it. They all believed the new Coke scam. Except for who? The Z100 Zoo. We'll sue them. Pull all our commercials.
We work for Coca-Cola and we don't know what to do. They're calling us big liars on the Z-Morning Zoo. We tried to make them fall for the Coca-Cola scam, but Scott Shannon called us and we're really in a jam. We're going scamming. We hate Scott Shannon. We jerked off the consumer, you know that is a fact. We really made you fall for it, we stabbed you in the back. The new Coke tastes like Pepsi, and everybody knows. But the taste is really much too sweet, in fact it really blows. We lied to 2020, we knew it all along. But now check out the stock exchange, we're really going strong. We're gonna sue them. You know we'll screw them. We're really gonna screw them, you know we'll make them pay. Our noses keep on growing cause we don't mean what we say.
They gotta learn the difference between old Coke and new. So we'll just jerk our spots off the early morning zoo.
We're going scamming. We hate Scott Shannon. We jerked off the consumer, you know that it's a fact. We really made you fall for it, we stabbed you in the back. We're gonna sue them. You know we'll screw them.
You know, now that I listened to it real closely, that
Might have been a little strong, Scott.
That was a bit strong.
Maybe Dean was right after all.
I think so.
That was back when relations between myself.
Hold on a second, we got a hotline.
That was back when relations between myself and Jim Patton over Coca-Cola were a little strained.
Yeah.
But as you know, we played that in May of '85. And what happened on July 10th, 1985? What happened? They brought Coke back.
Coke Classic.
Yeah.
The classic.
And probably saved you, Scott.
You know, perhaps I can understand that Hall of Shame event.
Right.
But I still don't understand why in the world Bob Martiri and the folks at Hillside Betting did not fully appreciate
Cowboy Bill.
the
right?
effectiveness of Cowboy Bill, who used to do commercials. He did commercials for about 2 weeks.
No, it may have been a week now that I
For
think
Hillside Betting, because, folks, these are classic commercials. Listen to this. This guy is lovable, all right?
Once again, it's Cowboy Bill time, boys and girls.
Hi there, boys and girls. It's your singing radio buddy, Cowboy Bill for Hillside Betting. Back again to entertain and amaze you with more of my incredible singing. Here's Herman, my horse, this morning. And, of course, the boys from the Goose Creek 3. We're here to entertain you, but let me tell you a little bit about my buddies over at Hillside Betting. You know, a bad bed's the reason a lot of marriages will be breaking up. Yeah. Well, even my first marriage with Lula Bell would have been a lot better if we'd have had a bed from Hillside. I remember at the reception when Lula's mother bit the head off the little bridegroom. I should have known it weren't going to work out even then, but that's another story. All right. Right now, we got a note that says, Cowboy Bill, you never sing no Anne Murray songs, so here's one for all the Anne Murray fans out there. Sing it, Cowboy Bill. Kind of tender now. Yeah, boy. People smile, say I'm the lucky one. Ooh, yeah. I've just begun, think I'm gonna have some fun. I like that one. Even though I ain't got no money, I'm so in love with my honey. And every day the Hillside way is the only way for me to go. Horrible. And I'm sorry, baby. I got to run right now. Hillside Betting, East Coast's largest betting chain. Tell them Cowboy Bill sent you.
Tune in again soon for Cowboy Bill for Hillside Betting. To this day, I think that's the biggest mistake that Bob Martira made in his life.
You know, listening to it again, I think that might have been a little strong, too.
That was great work. Great advertising. 2 before 10 o'clock. Who's on the line?
It's time for Underwear Patrol with Mr. Leonard. Where are you?
Hello, Scott.
Mr. Leonard.
There must be 500 people down here. They're taking a pill. They're fucking out. Don't get your hands off that pinto. Okay, you got through there. How long you been here, buddy? I've been here for about almost an hour. He's sitting here now. Waiting for you to come off the ramp. All right. Rock didn't fucking egg. Rock didn't fucking What's your name? Oh, my name is O'Mara. O'Mara, where are you from? I'm from Story, Queens. All right, it's Story, Queens. Okay.
And Mr. Leonard.
I sent some police right away.
Mr. Leonard.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Mr. Leonard, did I hear someone say, go suck an egg, Ross Britton?
Yes, Scott.
All right, just checking. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Z100. Hi, this is Patrick Swayze.
Hi, this is Cher. Happy birthday, Z100.
Hello, this is David Coverdale from Whitesnake. Happy birthday, Z100.
WHTZ Newark, New York City.
It's party, sir!
Memories like the corners of my mind, misty watercolor memories of the way we were.
Scott, hurry up, put me on, roll tape. You can hear all the pomp and pageantry in the background. My goodness, everyone is dressed up and looks lovely. Of course, formal wear provided by Genghis.
Oh, no.
I've covered the royal wedding. You can hear the correspondence next to me. I'm sorry for that overbleed, but you can also hear the bells of Big Ben.
So you're in England covering the royal wedding this morning for Z100?
You got that right. Of course, there's Dr. Donald English performing the royal services.
I can hear the crowd.
Flowers provided by FTD.
Oh, no. You sound like you're right here.
That's new communication all over the world. It's the same communication, of course, that enabled 34 million people to be watching this splendid royal event. And this beautiful, Scott.
What a crock.
I'm just a few feet away from Nancy Reagan, who was gracious enough to attend this royal event.
Sure.
During the commercial.
What? Wait a minute, Miss
Nothing,
Glenn.
Scott. If I could just... Well, Nella, you pull the plug.
Mr. Leonard, they don't have commercials.
Now I gotta find the channel again.
You know what? He's watching this on TV and telling you he's there. Mr. Leonard. Mr. Leonard, what is that, romper room you got on?
It's fake, you know. I mean, no, Scott. MTV.
Mr. Leonard.
Huh?
Are you there?
I better call you back.